All right, so today we're diving headfirst into the world of Tata Consultancy Services, TCS, that global tech giant. We're going deep on their latest earnings call and this, well, fascinating presentation they've put together on, what the future holds for different industries.
It's like we're on a treasure hunt,
Hmm.
sifting through all the TCS data, looking for those golden nuggets of insight, the aha moments.
Mm,
Those are what we're after.
love that. No more metaphors, though. Let's get right to it. Starting with their Q1 FY2025 earnings call. First and foremost, did TCS rake it in this quarter?
Overall, I'd say it's cautiously optimistic. Good quarter for sure. All their markets are picking up steam again. A little bit of a pause, but they're back at it. But they're holding back on saying the uncertainty is completely gone.
Yeah, can you blame them with how things are?
Right. Exactly. It's like they're doing a victory lap, but they're keeping one eye on the weather forecast.
Totally. But let's break it down a bit. What kind of growth numbers are we actually looking at?
So revenue-wise, they're up 4.4% in constant currency.
Yep.
But, and this is where it gets really interesting, the regional numbers tell a much more nuanced story.
Okay, go on.
So remember how North America, their biggest market, had been a little, well, sluggish.
Yeah, like stuck in the mud or something?
5 quarters, to be precise. But guess what? They're back in the game, finally. But here's the kicker. Their India business, booming.
Like, how booming are we talking?
Over 60% growth year on year, no joke.
60%? Wow. What's fueling that kind of growth spurt?
In short, they're right in the thick of India's own digital transformation. Think massive, complex projects. We're talking digital twins of entire refineries, AI-powered risk analysis for these huge industrial plants. They're even using AI to design, like, better oil wells.
Okay, hold on. You're getting ahead of us with the whole AI thing. Let's back up to this earnings call. What's the vibe from clients? Are companies loosening up the purse strings? Or are they, holding onto their wallets for dear life?
It's a mixed bag, to be honest. The good news is no major spending cuts. Nobody's hitting that panic button just yet, which is a good sign.
So not a fire sale just yet.
Exactly. But, and this is a big but, those massive, ambitious projects, those are getting a much closer look, like intense scrutiny. Clients want that ROI, and they want it fast. Meaning cost optimization is king. And even, dare I say it, vendor consolidation.
So basically, show me the money. Fast. This feels like where TCS's size and, their reputation could give them a serious upper hand.
Absolutely. But even with all that, even with the good stuff, navigating this whole cost-conscious world, it's not a walk in the park. Profitability, for example, it took a hit this quarter.
How come?
Wage hikes, mainly. Got to keep those talented engineers happy, right?
Can't imagine you want to be on the bad side of an engineer and their keyboard.
Nope. But to counter that, they're pulling some other levers, so to speak. Optimizing utilization rates, making sure everyone is crazy productive, squeezing out every drop they can.
Sounds like they're walking a tightrope. On one hand, celebrating these wins, but on the other, acknowledging that there might be storm clouds ahead.
Nailed it. They're calling it cautious optimism. And honestly, that's a smart move in this environment. Because globally, the economy is sending out some mixed signals. And that's making everybody a bit jittery.
I can see why, but it doesn't sound cautious at all. The way they're talking about AI, they sound, I don't know, kind of pumped about it.
You're telling me.
Yeah.
And that brings us to, I think, a key takeaway from all this. TCS is all in on AI, like really all in, especially generative AI. They see it as a major, major growth driver going forward.
Yeah, and from what I've seen, it seems like they're weaving generative AI into every single client conversation they're having. It's like that shiny new hammer. Suddenly, every problem looks like a nail.
True. But the question is, can they deliver? They've doubled their AI investment. We're talking a cool $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
And they're building what they say is the largest AI-ready workforce in the world. Bold claims. But how does that translate to actual projects? And more importantly, client demand.
Because buzzwords don't pay the bills at the end of the day. So are clients actually biting? Are they seeing these real-world applications?
That's what we're going to dig into next. It's early days, but there are definitely signs. Things seem to be falling into place. One little detail that caught my eye from the earnings call was this thing about potential cost savings using generative AI, specifically in software engineering.
Okay, wait a minute. Are they saying you can use AI to save money on software engineering? Like AI is going to write the code for you. I'm intrigued and a little scared at the same time.
Right. Sounds like something out of sci-fi, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But that seems to be the bet TCS is making.
So are we talking about robot programmers now?
Well, not exactly robots, but yeah, they're claiming you can get cost savings of like 5 to 25% in software engineering just by using generative AI.
Okay, now that's the kind of number that'll make any CFO pay attention.
Oh, absolutely. But, and this is important, TCS themselves say that how much you save really depends on the project itself.
So, not a magic button then.
Not exactly a magic button. More like, well, you know, those buttons that sometimes give you coupons instead of like actual money. It's kind of like that.
Okay, I get it. So, what are we supposed to do with this information then?
Think of it this way. Even saving, say, just 5% on a large software project, that could easily be millions of dollars. And TCS knows this. They're pushing this whole cost-saving thing really hard, especially when it's time to renew contracts.
So they're using it as leverage, like, hey, you want to save a ton of money with generative AI? Stick with us.
Exactly. And the clients, they're like, yeah, those savings sound great. And hey, while we're at it, how about you do even more for us?
It's like a high-stakes poker game, and everyone's bluffing with these AI chips.
Perfect analogy. But, you know, let's shift gears for a second, away from just the money stuff. What I think is super interesting is what TCS is actually building with all this AI. Remember that analyst meet presentation we talked about?
Yeah, the one with those crazy examples, like straight out of the future.
That's the one. They're not just talking about it, they're building it. And these examples, I think they give us a sneak peek into the future TCS sees, a future where AI isn't just some tool you use, it's like completely woven into how businesses work. Like they're developing this thing called a digital twin of a refinery.
Hold on, like a virtual copy? Are we in some city now, but for oil and gas?
It's kind of like that, yeah. Imagine a digital version of a real refinery, but like so detailed, so real time that people can use it to like make the entire operation run smoother, more efficiently.
Okay, but how does that actually work in the real world?
Well, TCS is claiming that with this digital twin thing, refineries could go from needing like 400 manual adjustments every single day to just 10.
400 down to 10. That's pretty impressive. What else are they doing? Like AI-wise?
Another one that caught my eye, an AI-powered risk advisor for industrial plants. Imagine something that could actually predict equipment failures before they happen.
Now that would be amazing. Less downtime, fewer problems, lower costs. It's a no-brainer.
Right, and it ties into everything we talked about from the earnings call. TCS wants to be seen as the partner that can help you not just survive, but really thrive in a world that's, let's be honest, kind of crazy. They're selling resilience, efficiency, and a vision for what's next. They even have AI that helps figure out the best path for drilling oil wells.
Really? How is that even possible?
They use these AI algorithms, and those algorithms analyze, get this, massive amounts of geological data, and that helps them come up with these, well, basically safer routes for the wells. Shorter routes, too. Saves time. Better for the environment.
It's like they're playing 4D chess with the Earth.
It is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that's something we keep seeing with this whole AI thing. Huge potential for good, obviously, but it also requires a lot of thought, you know? We have to be careful about how we use it.
And that, my friends, is a whole other episode waiting to happen. But for now, let's stick with TCS. We've covered how they did financially, their big bet on AI, and now these like mind-blowing examples of what they're building. How does it all fit together? What's the big picture here? So, big bets on AI, futuristic projects, talking about saving everybody a ton of money. Feels like there's a bigger story here.
Here's how I see it. TCS wants to change what it means to be, you know, a valuable business partner in this whole new AI world. It's not just, hey, we've got the best tech. It's, we can help you completely transform. Like, they want to be the guides.
Yeah.
You know, leading businesses through this new world.
It's like, forget keeping up with the Joneses. We're building a whole new neighborhood, and you better be in it.
That's it. And I think for a lot of companies, especially right now, saying no to that, to future-proofing, it's not really an option.
Exactly. So let's bring it home for our listeners. What can they actually do with all this information?
Here's the big takeaway.
Yeah.
TCS is basically saying that AI isn't just going to automate things. It's going to change how we work completely, and the skills that'll matter most, the ones that can't be replaced by some algorithm.
Like what? Give me an example.
Think creativity, problem solving, that human connection. Those are the things AI can't replicate.
So less coding, more thinking outside the box.
Exactly. It's about being able to adapt, always learning, and being okay with, you know, working with machines that get smarter every day, figuring out where you fit in all of this.
I like that. So it's not just, oh no, the robots are coming. It's let's figure out how to work together.
Right. And for all the bosses out there listening, you got to create a space where people can try new things, experiment, and most importantly, Invest in your people.
Because at the end of the day, it's still humans who drive progress.
Absolutely. AI is a tool, right?
Yeah.
And like any tool, it's only as good as the person using it.
Well said. And on that note, I think we've officially explored the depths of TCS. They are laser focused on the future, and AI is right at the center of it all.
For anyone listening, whether you're, a tech whiz or just trying to stay ahead, TCS is a great example of what's coming. The challenges, for sure, but also the incredible potential of this whole AI thing.
A future where, honestly, the lines between us and the machines are only going to get blurrier. It'll be the ones who embrace the change, the ones who adapt, who really win. So, last thought for everyone to ponder as we wrap up. If TCS is right and AI is about to change everything about work, what are you doing to get ready?
That's the question, isn't it?
Until next time, everyone, happy diving.